Hello, and welcome to Recapping with Delora
and Ashley.
Please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Recapping Podcast.
Also, rate, review, and subscribe to our show on your favorite podcast platform. We're on all the things.
We want to hear your thoughts on the movies and shows we review.
Leave us a comment on Apple Podcasts or our YouTube channel, and we will read them during the show.
Or reach out to us on social media. We love talking all things entertainment and pop culture with you.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank you. Hello, Ashley.
Hello, darling. Happy anniversary officially.
Officially. Yeah.
3 years, baby. 3 years.
Can you believe it?
You know, it's gone fast, but not, I guess is the best way to say it. Like, I think we've had quite a few episodes. I believe we are about to be recording almost at 230. So we have some things under our belt, but only continuing to get better from here. So exciting always to learn more, to grow our audience, to bring you guys all of the fun stuff that we love out here in these pop culture and film and TV streets. And the writers are back, baby. So
yes, ma'am.
I imagine they're going to be ready to put some pen to paper and come up with some new fun stuff.
I can't wait to consume it and talk about it on the mic.
Exactly. Delora, how are you?
I'm doing good. You know, I'm a little tired today, but thank God for jobs and socializing in person. So I'll say that much.
Exactly, because I was just watching an episode of the morning show and they were taking me back to the time of COVID and lockdown. And I'm like, woof, God bless. I really hope we don't have to go back to that.
Girl, not at all. So let's go ahead and get into these headlines and hot topics. This is an update from a previous conversation several episodes ago. I'm looking at the Hollywood Reporter. Blindside subjects. Conservatorship terminated a legal fight over movie profits. Michael Oher has accused, them people of placing him under conservatorship to exploit his story and his career. So a Tennessee judge has terminated the conservatorship. And this is fantastic news. Ultimately, though, the case is not dismissed. And Oher has moved for the Tulees to forfeit to him all the money, if any, they were paid for using the rights to his name and his stories. So the battle continues, but I am so grateful that this conservatorship is no longer valid. This has been the case since 2004. That's a long time. He is a grown man and he has not had the ability to manage his own name and finances this entire time. This is insanity, Ashley.
Yeah, I said when we talked about this before that I was Team Michael. It is absurd, the legalities of some of these conservatorships that have been brought to light, in recent years. I'm glad that he's getting the termination. And I also hope that he gets whatever proceeds and profits he's due from the selling of his story. So still Team Michael.
It's modern day slavery. I mean, they bamboozled this young man and they profited off of his back, essentially, all these years. It's gross.
I want to know how much money they have again, because they made it seem like they are rolling in the dough. So why did you need to go this route ultimately? You just saw this Black kid who was going to be successful and you said, let me hitch my wagon to that. Just like another asset, essentially, to put in the portfolio.
Really, literally human capital at this rate, right? And it's
let me
gross.
sip my wine while I give them the eye.
Well, it's just one of those things, right? Where it's like, oh, well, we know best, of course, right? He wouldn't know what to do. And sure, were they knowledgeable compared to him? I'm sure there was some validity to that. But to give up, for him to think he's getting adopted, but in fact, he gave up essentially his human rights is crazy to me.
Where's that film? You know, put that out. Warning to everyone.
Girl.
Teach these kids something so that they don't end up in the same or similar situation.
I mean, they took advantage of him. That's predatory behavior.
Agreed, Delora. Agreed. Free Michael.
Let's go on to the hot mess overseas. Paris Week. Paris Week has concluded. It ended the 3rd of October. But man, oh man, there were some fantastic shows that I cannot wait to get your opinions on. But along with the fashion, these bugs be out here, Ashley. I don't even know how long we're going to have this conversation because this is giving me the heebie-jeebies, okay, to quote Gina, right?
I didn't even know anything about this until you put it in the notes for today's show. And I was like, wait, bed bugs? They've had them on their public transportation, at the airport, at the movie theater.
It's an infestation. I am looking at the cut. It says snug as a bed bug in a high fashion rug. Wasn't that perfection? Shout out to you, sis. What's her name? Dea Isaway. I apologize for mispronouncing your name, sis, but love that title. Girl, like it has made international news. Have you seen videos of these bugs? It's like clusters of bugs in the seats.
Oh my gosh. Beds. No, I can't do it. I already don't like clusters. I have a phobia. It's a legit, like,
no, Google it's a real thing.
It's a phobia.
It depends on what it is. Not all clusters freak me out, but when it comes to bugs, abso-freaking-lutely. It just grosses me out. Oh my gosh. What it says here, it says French officials have begun mobilizing against the bugs, but with a French health agency reporting that 11% of households in the country has had an infestation between 2017 and 2022. Fashion Week guests had more to worry about than who is this? Sarah Burton's successor. Who is this? Yeah, Fashion House for Alexander McQueen, which is definitely one of my favorite shows this year. All right, Ashley, again, this is gross, but I think it's interesting that it's getting this attention along with Paris Week. Were there any particular fashion houses that caught your attention this week? And who are they?
Honestly, I can't say I really kept up on any of the Paris Fashion Week coverage outside of posts by Zendaya. And I mean, I just love Zendaya. So everything Louis she wears,
Vuitton. And you know,
she wears does it for me.
Ambassador for them now. So that's why she made a big splash there compared to those shows.
She looks amazing.
So standouts for me, I adore Balmain's. Olivier's use of different materials and the floral prints were everything. And then Alexander McQueen's show was gorgeous, and Naomi Campbell closed out that show looking like the goddess that she is. And I don't know why Schiaparelli had Kendall Jenner close that show, because that cheap spandex, she looks a mess. No, it wasn't cheap, but sis doesn't know how to walk, and it was painful. Like, she's not a closer. That's all I have to say about that, because you know how I feel about these Kardashians and Jenner sometimes. They be getting on my nerves. But yes, Zendaya looked fire at the Louis Vuitton show. All right, let's go ahead and talk about something that was not on my 2023 bingo card, and that is Tupac Shakur's murder suspect made a deal with feds 14 years ago that could hurt the case. This is quite messy. Apparently, it's widely believed that Dwayne Keith Davis, also known as Keefy D, talked himself into his arrest on a murder charge for the infamous 1996 killing of Shakur in Las Vegas. Davis has reached a deal with the Fed investigators in Los Angeles to speak openly about a range of topics in 2009, including his knowledge of Shakur's killing. And it says, while the exact terms of the agreement are unclear, prosecutors presumably wouldn't be able to use those statements against him. But his own chattiness and years since getting a semi-free pass could come back to hurt him. And so it says the lack of clarity could lead to a courtroom fight, experts says. So we are not legal people, but basically it is just interesting to see that we're talking about Tupac Shakur in 2013. Even Jada Pickett put in her Insta stories that she's like, we hope we get some answers. Ashley, what are your thoughts about these new developments?
I don't know if this brings the level of closure that people would have had this been done years prior. I know that in the article I have up from CNN, they're saying that now's the time because they feel like they finally have the sufficient evidence needed to charge him with murder and X, Y, and Z. And 27 years is a long time.
Yes.
I think that we have probably just reached a point of being at peace with the situation. If the family felt like they needed this, then I'm definitely glad that it's happening, because imagine if all these years you've known this guy has spoken about this and you feel like there's never been any real justice, then in that case, absolutely. I hope that justice is served. But as a outsider, as a fan of Tupac, as someone who's just been on the peripheral of this, since I've been aware of Tupac Shakur, it's been such a long time that when I heard the news, it was more so like, oh, wow, okay, versus, oh my gosh, I need to stay glued to this case, because he's one of only two people, him and Suge Knight, who are still alive to have bear witness to this incident in the first place.
Right.
And he's spoken on this previously. He's written this book now. He said that someone else from the back seat shot and all these things. So it's just still so murky, I guess, is my point. Not that if this man shot Tupac, then absolutely he deserves to spend the time and be brought to justice, but everything just still feels so murky, and it feels like just an opportunity to close the file on this murder versus this necessarily being the facts or the truth of this case.
Well said, Ashley. Well said. We will keep an eye on this particular case. All right, Ashley.
If we must.
Taylor Swift showing up to these games is becoming a lot, in my personal opinion.
I'm sick of this shit.
Girl.
If I see this on my timeline one more goddamn time.
It's like one of those things where it's fun until the wrong people start making the jokes, right? Like everything that the Black culture does, our lingo, our memes, until it gets into corporate hands, it's like the joke is over. It reminds me of like when Meg Thee Stallion had Hot Girl Summer, and then all of a sudden, Old Navy was talking about having Hot Girl Summers, and we're like, the joke is over. Taylor Swift hanging out, getting to know Travis Kelce was cute for the first game, but by the second game, they're literally playing her song Welcome to New York when they were playing against the Jets. All the cameras was on her and her entourage, because she did bring the big guns out. She brought out Blake's sister, who's the original Teen Witch, by the way.
Robin.
Blake Lively's husband, right?
Not Blake Lively's husband.
Ryan
Not Blake
Reynolds.
Lively's husband. He just the plus one, Delora.
You know, like Michelle Obama's husband. You know, it's just one of those things, right? Hugh Jackman and freaking Sophie Turner. Okay. So
and Sabrina Carpenter.
And low key, my dude from Queer Eye was there too, the one who don't be doing nothing but making sandwiches and dips.
Anthony? Was it Anthony?
Anthony was there too, but
he sure was. He's so cute. Oh my gosh.
Isn't he like
he's so
gorgeous? Cute. So like Taylor knew what she was doing with that, right? But it's too much. And even Travis is saying the same thing on his podcast. If we must talk about his podcast, New Heights with Jason and Travis Kelce, they pretty much said, I think it's fun, but everybody needs to calm down. And if he's saying it, I don't even want to know the type of slack he's getting in the locker room. You know what I mean? But it's embarrassing.
It's a spectacle. It's a spectacle now. It takes away from their season. It takes away from the football competitiveness and games themselves. Like I said last time we talked about this, if ESPN is reporting on the timeline of their relationship, like ESPN,
yes,
you know, we've taken this shit too far. I shouldn't say we, because I have no involvement in this. I am so sick of this shit. The day that the game was happening and they were rolling up, I swear to you, the 10 things I scrolled down the timeline were all about this game and coverage. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yes.
It's ridiculous. You know what I realized? I think my beef has become with Taylor lately as to why like she's kind of getting on my nerves is because Taylor cultivates this level of insanity, media, and fandom, in my opinion. Like Taylor could choose to be lower key than she is. She thrives. She's done it. Yes, she uses the tools in the toolbox to have this level of insanity about things. And that just annoys me. I'm like, girl, you did not have to bring all the celebrities.
All of them. I mean, the fact that she has this BFF relationship with Sophie Turner also is like next level. Lending out her NYC home, inviting her
she was even messy with Sabrina Carpenter because Olivia Rodrigo was supposed to be her little protege, and Olivia and Sabrina got beef.
I thought that kind of settled down a bit, no?
It settled down, but supposedly that's why Olivia and her ain't cool no more. That's supposedly why Taylor and Olivia ain't cool no more. Because now she's so close to Sabrina Carpenter. I'm telling you.
Interesting.
My spidey senses are tingling.
She is on all rubbing of this. It in a lot of people's faces right now. Interesting.
It's almost like she's one of those girls in school who would have used to been bullied and then they get popular and suddenly they become a monster. Sometimes I wonder if that's who Taylor has become.
Though. That's when I got off the bandwagon with her and her girl group or whatever, Bad Blood. Yeah. It's too much. It's like it's vindictive after a while, right? And you wonder if she has peace. That's how I'm gonna
because you ain't like Beyonce. Beyonce be minding her business.
Drinking my water, minding my biz.
Yep.
One day I'm overrated. Tuesday on my dick.
You better sing it, Delora. That's my I'm tired. If Taylor Swift's still in the news next week, I ain't talking about it.
So I am looking at ESPN. The NFL apparently is defending themselves, saying that this is a pop culture moment. Because, girl, I don't know if you know this, but they've changed their social media to have like Swiftie or Taylor Swift lingo.
They're smart because it's all good. It's all money for them.
Yes.
It's all about the money and publicity for them. Is that they're very smart for capitalizing on it. But it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. And as we all know, Taylor Swift has a large following. What they say, she has 200 73 million compared to the NFL's, what do we have here? Yeah, 28.4 million followers. And
Yeah.
that's just Instagram. So yeah.
Did you see where he was saying with all this influence, why didn't she help a teacher? Like, why don't she hang out with a teacher who needs some support? You know, why are you using this influence for good? I'm sure she does. I'm sure she does many a philanthropic endeavor.
I'm sure, but yeah. Let's go ahead and get into these hot topics. Girl, one of our fond couples, like we like to talk about them, they're breaking up. Jodie Turner-Smith decided that she is done after marriage to Joshua Jackson turned unhealthy. I am looking at people.com. It says the Queen and Slim actress filed for divorce on Monday, citing what everybody else sides, right?
Irreconcilable differences. What are the options when you get a divorce?
Seriously,
what are the boxes?
One of the juiciest ones, and I hate to be like messy, but fraud. Fred Aniston and Elizabeth Moss, when they broke up, they cited fraud. I was like, damn. What happened in that relationship?
Come talk to me, sis. Come talk to me. I think I know some of the annulment boxes because of an episode of Felicity. You can even check like impotence for your annulment, because meaning like you didn't consummate your union.
Yeah,
so that's a reason for an annulment, right? But I didn't know for divorce. So I'm like, what are the options? So everybody always, I know some people do like irretrievably broken, but I don't know if that's just language that also means irreconcilable differences, you know? So I could Google it. What are the boxes?
So overall, in this article is just saying that she decided that she was done with the relationship, that they are on different paths in life. She loves being a mom, but she also loves working. And an insider noted that it turned unhealthy and it made her unhappy. And they will co-parent their daughter, and they want her to continue to thrive. So, this is crazy.
Delora, the options are, according to Google, each state has its own, but generally irreconcilable differences, incompatibility, or irretrievable breakdown. That all sounds extremely similar to me.
And very vague. Like, it is definitely open to interpretation.
Right, exactly. This shocked me, though, when this news came out, because I've heard them both gush so much about each other. I loved their story. I love that she proposed. I love it, and it was such an odd coupling in the first place that it was like, oh my gosh, where did this even come from? And then once they got together, it was like, oh, y'all are so cute. You had this baby. Joshua Jackson has talked about how he didn't even think he was necessarily going to be someone who wanted marriage and kids. And then he met the right one. And then all of those things fell into place. And, you know, I love me some Joshua Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Mighty Ducks, Dawson's Creek. We've been together in this thing for a long time. So I was happy for him that he found this great partnership with Jodie.
Exactly. She's gorgeous.
And the article I was seeing on Elle was saying that he was blindsided. Basically, he wasn't the one who wanted the split and that he's heartbroken. So I just want more. I don't know if I'm going to get more, but I just want a little bit more to better understand. Obviously, I have nothing to do with this relationship, but it just felt like it came out of the blue. But there have been these string of Hollywood breakups and divorces. So what is in the water?
Been hot in 2023 when it comes to these relationships. I mean, blindsided left and right, from Sofia Vergara to Young Jeezy and freaking Jenny Mai. Like
Hugh Jackman and his wife.
Yeah.
Okay. 27 years.
Yeah. Lifetime.
Something's in the water. Iman and Tiana Taylor.
Yeah.
It's been a lot.
It's a lot. And if you like Real Housewives, you got freaking Kyle and
oh yeah,
Massimo. Like what?
He on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
This season.
Talking
Mauricio.
about yeah.
I just don't know what's real anymore. I don't know. You can never know. But in the world of Hollywood, I don't know who's real, who's not. They
True.
may all just be lying all the time about the the greatness of their relationships and their unions. I don't believe any of y'all. So,
So true. Our final hot topic. Ashley, the Hive has been asking, where are the visuals? And Beyonce told us, baby, it's you. I am looking at the Associated Press. It says Beyonce's Renaissance World Tour is over, but it's coming to movie theaters soon. First of all, let's talk about the fact that this world tour is over. It has been a cultural moment. Like, I'm like, I felt sad. Like, you know what I mean? I've been following clips from the tour from the beginning, and to just have something so big and spectacular to be over, it's kind of like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad it happened. How about you?
yeah, I'm definitely glad I got a chance to be a part of this era of Beyonce and attend in person. But I can't say I was sad. I was happy for her because I'm like, after you've been abroad back in the States, like, I'm sure you're tired. I'm sure you just want a little rest. Go sleep in one of your own beds. I say one of because you got more than one home. So I don't know where y'all are going to rest. If y'all are even going to a
Like,
home
is
or
it
two.
a seasonal thing?
Girl,
Is it an emotional thing? How do you decide?
Who
They're
knows
all
where they going?
maintained, as we all know, right? Like,
Exactly. But yeah, I'm happy for it because I was listening to Jay Shetty talk about how rigorous it was for him just doing his book tour. And he was like, it just gives me a new understanding for like artists who travel and do these tours and these shows. And, you know, you're away from home, you're staying in hotels, doing all these things. It just really throws you off. And so, you know, I'm sure she's loved this experience with us. I love her kind of closing speech that she did in Kansas City. It was beautiful, but go ahead and have you a seat, girl. Go ahead and archive all these amazing looks that you had from the Renaissance World Tour. Go ahead and get some rest. We appreciate you.
I'm looking at Variety. It says here that Beyonce's tour earned $579 million. 2.7 million fans attended across 56 states in 39 cities. Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Boosted economies.
Girl.
Amazing. Amazing.
Amazing. And now she has it all going to the screen. It says here that Renaissance, a film by Beyonce, is being released directly to AMC, the movie theater chain, without studio involvement. I don't know what that means exactly, but tickets are going to start at $22 plus tax. And
they said it's without studio involvement.
Yeah.
That probably just means that it's not going through a distributor, right? Like Paramount, no studio owns it. It's hers. And so she's directly like sending it over to AMC herself.
Wow.
That's what I'm assuming.
Collecting all the checks. Right.
Right.
And the film will run for a minimum of 4 weeks. All right. Well, it'll be exciting. Do you have your ticket, Ashley?
I don't think I'm going to go see it in theaters.
No?
I hope it comes out on streaming because I don't think so.
What if it's not available on streamers?
Well, however, I'll be able to get my hands on it someday. Are we going to go back to the release of DVDs? You know, something I've been thinking about that's bothering me about the fact that I don't buy anything anymore means I don't own anything anymore. Like, all this stuff can go down tomorrow, and all this music I love, these TV, all this content I love can just slip away at the press of a button. Yeah. Not having the tangible physical things anymore. it's problematic. So if it comes out on DVD, I still do have a DVD player. I could play it. So we'll see. But no, I don't think I'm going to go. I saw it in person. So I don't think I'm going to go to the theaters. Are you going to go?
I'm 50-50 if I have time. And if people say great things about it, I might be interested and check it out. But I'm pretty open. All right, Ashley. Well, that's all we have for hot topics today. What are we recapping for next week?
So we are taking it to one of the hidden gems that I mentioned previously, and that is The Other Black Girl on Hulu. This 10-episode series was released back in September based on a book of the same name. And we got to get into some Black things, talking about how we navigate the workplace and culture and hair and...
Girl.
You know, just livelihood, basically.
Pretty much.
Delora, looking forward to that combo. I'm sure we'll be talking about some things.
Looking forward to it, Ashley.
Absolutely. Well, guys, you know the drill. As always, please rate, review us on Apple and Spotify. Please share this episode out with friends, family, loved ones. We so appreciate you. Thank you for your time. We will see you next time. But in the meantime, be blessed.
Bye.